Hey everyone, Kiki Kannon here with Kannon Studios. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the Oliso Multimat, which is one of the prizes that I won when I entered the Winter Cosplay Champion of CosFest, and I got runner-up. So I got a bunch of various prizes that I'm excited to review and share with you guys as a cosplayer with over 20 years experience. So I hope you guys stick around and enjoy this video. I have more on the way. Thanks. So each mat is 14 inches by 14 inches, and it is half an inch thick here. And the advantage, one of the advantages to it is basically you can take these little silicone pieces out, which are also heat resistant, and attach the mats as you want to either make it bigger or make it a custom size. Like if you want to work on the floor, you're working on a big project, something like that. To attach these pieces together to basically have a bigger working surface. So I could see the advantage as a cosplayer for traveling, maybe even using this to buffer some pieces depending on what they are. And then also having a good ironing mat surface to iron if you don't really like the hotel room ironing boards and irons, depending on what you're doing. This might be an easier method when traveling and ironing your projects when you get to the con. Okay, so now that I have my pieces together, I'm gonna go ahead and press on it with the iron. And so this should handle any kind of heat from any kind of iron, whether you're using steam or not. And it actually will heat it from both sides because the heat will absorb into this wool here. So I have this organza. I believe that's what it is that I use for my Luna costume. And it can be slippery and hard to work with and sometimes difficult to iron. So I'm just gonna lay it down here because the wool is supposed to kind of help keep it in place. And go ahead and steam it. And it's laying nicely. It's sticking really, really well. It's not sliding around. This stuff can be super slippery, and my cats definitely love to play in it. My leftovers are sitting in the bin, so it's all wrinkly, but perfect for kind of testing. So that was really easy and really quick to get it really nice and smooth. So let's just double layer it. See how that goes. Here. Let's just do a couple layers. Let's say you're doing 2 layers of fabric here. Because generally, especially when they're lapped over each other, that's when they can be particularly slippery. Yeah, it works really nice. It doesn't move around as much as it does when I'm using my ironing board for sure. And I was just kind of being quick and sloppy about it. And it was pretty easy to sort of get a nice crease of holding it in place very nicely. So I would say that test worked really well. I also have this like silk, polyester, silk hybrid type of fabric here I used for my Princess Peach costume, which is another kind of slippery fabric here that we can test. And just see how fast you can get the wrinkles out. Because some fabrics, I find that I'm having to iron longer than I probably would like to. But this is actually, I feel like, faster. Depending on the fabric, some of them are just a little bit more tricky to get the wrinkles out. But yeah, this is working really nicely. And that was pretty quick. So here you can see how fast and different versus getting those wrinkles out pretty quickly. So thank you for joining me and my review video on the Multimat. I will say that now having used it, it's definitely useful. I would probably gonna get a couple more actually. I really like it. And I also got their iron and a bag case thing for it. So if you enjoyed this review video, stick around because these are some items that I also won that I'm gonna be excited to share with you guys next.